Hi, welcome to another edition of the Alan Rosenberg Show, and it's time for another haul video. That's right, this disease of never-ending buying more records and CDs. I have a backlog of about 300 albums that I've bought over the last 3 years that I still haven't gotten to, and I still keep buying. But that's this beautiful collecting disease. But as you probably know, I don't just collect. My whole goal is to listen to them. And I have to listen to them like 5 times before they even get into my database. So anyway, went to a record show Sunday morning. Was not feeling so great, but I was able to go. And I got some good stuff, plus there's some other stuff here as well. I got like 7 new CDs, like 7 vinyls, and like 3 box sets. So here's my latest haul. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. And the old boring story. If you're new to my channel, please hit subscribe. Check out my other videos. There's a bunch of haul videos as well. Now, I want to start, not to sound corny, but one of the greatest things about this channel is I have some viewers, a few, that are real regular, and we really communicate with each other, and we share our opinions. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't, but it's always respectable. And listen, there's no definitive things with music. It's all opinion. That's the great thing about music. So, but not only hopefully am I turning you onto music, but you turn me onto music, and that's awesome. So I've been, a student of classic rock since '73 or so when I started buying and never stopped. And it wasn't until this year that I got into Golden Earring a little bit. And I bought an unplugged album that I kind of like called The Naked Truth. Anyway, I'm also a fan of this band, Mostly Autumn, that a lot of people haven't heard of. But one of my viewers, Tom, is a big fan, and he wrote me and he said, "Hey Alan, send me your address. I have an extra copy of Heather Findlay. She was the original singer of Mostly Autumn, of her first solo record. Now, Mostly Autumn you can't even get in the United States unless you spend good money. This is her first album, Heather Findlay, her first solo record. It's called the Phoenix Suite. I've never seen it, heard of it, but I never heard it and never saw it. And Tom said, I got an extra copy. I'm going to mail it to you as a gift, which I thought was so incredibly generous and so nice. He's obviously a super nice guy. And so here's the kicker. Not only was he so generous to send me this, and I've been listening to it, and it's really so glad to have it. Thank you, Tom. But he said, I know you're getting into Golden Earrings, so check this out. And I know you're a huge fan of 70s live albums especially. And you always say that they're a great way to get into a band, a great entry, which gateway, and they are. So you sent me the classic Golden Earring live album, 2 CD set. How cool was that? Didn't tell me he was going to do that. Just stuck it in there. And this is an imported version, no less. And so I've been listening to this. Heard it so far 4 times, Tom, and I'm loving it. And it's everything you expect from a 70s live record. A lot of jamming. 8 Miles High is 10 minutes long and it doesn't get boring. And there's Radar Love, the shuffle, but they spread it out to 12 minutes. And just like Vince Taylor, I'm loving the album. I've heard it 4 times, one more time, and then I'll put it in the database. A couple of things. If you're not familiar with Golden Earring like me, Vanilla Queen is just amazing. 12 minutes and 40 seconds, and it's extraordinary. But I'm really loving all of it. She Flies on Strange Wings is great. Mad Love's Coming. Candy's Going Bad. I'm loving it. So thank you so much, Tom, for sending both of these CDs. That was so generous and so kind, and you're a great guy, and I really appreciate it. But this, I wish I could have included this in my videos, because this is a great entry point for Golden Earring, and not anything like I thought. They are really the real deal, real classic jamming 70s rock band, and gotta love that cover. There's a Mick Jagger pose if you ever saw one. Alrighty, let's keep going. So these are new, but I did not get these from the record show. This is from Tom. Thanks again. Now I'm sitting here on the brink of disaster, so I'm going to do the vinyl because these are going to fall and I really don't want them to. So this is from the record show yesterday. I'm kind of a fan of Black Oak, Arkansas. Jim Dandy would one of the most difficult voices in rock, but this is kind of a beat-up version of Raunch and Roll Live, a classic 70s live record if you ever saw one. Just fits right in with my whole 70s live thing. So I'm still getting into Black Oak, Arkansas. I only have a few of their albums, but when I'm in the mood, they're kind of fun. And this is Raunch and Roll, so this is fun. Looking forward to hearing this one. And I'm going to put them down here so they don't collapse. Now, this is interesting. Another viewer has been saying, you got to check out David Werner. And I'm like, well, I know the name and I remembered the cover. Never heard it. And shit, sure enough, look at that there. White label promo, no less. David Werner. So I found out the record show for $1. And I picked it up. And it's like mint, I got to tell you. So here's the funny thing. I'm walking around with this, no bag. And a guy stops me. He goes, man, you're going to love that album. That album is fantastic. And I'm like, yeah, somebody's been telling me I got to get it. So, you know, this is part of my channel. Like, I'm learning too. So I'm looking forward to listening to this David Werner. Now, Jefferson Starship, I was a fan for sure. In fact, I probably listened to Red Octopus and Spitfire more than the Airplane, to be honest with you. And Dragonfly's a great record. But I never, ever picked up this album. And I picked this album up probably about 8 months ago or so. And I finally got around to listening to it from the backlog. And I got to tell you, I loved it. I was absolutely shocked. Now, I know Jane. Everybody knows that song, Jane. And I was like, that's a phenomenal song, but I just never picked up the rest of the album. And I'm playing it without looking at it. And I'm like, man, this is a great Starship album. And Grace Slick sounds awesome on it. But, of course, Grace Slick is not on this album. That's Mickey Thomas, who I know from the Elvin Bishop band. But I'll tell you, you close your eyes, and he fits so well with the rest of the band. It reminds you of, like, when Grace was in the band. This is a really good rockin' Starship album, I have to tell you. Another one is Rock and Roll is Good Time Music. That's on here too. Great song. And Jesse Coulter I'm a big fan of. In fact, one of my previous whole videos, I got like 3 Jesse Coulter albums on 2 CDs from BGO Records. And look at this cover. I had to buy the cover just for the cover, but I love Jesse Coulter. And I don't know this album. That's the way a cowboy rocks and rolls. You know, Waylon Jennings' wife for a while. But still, I don't know. I'm looking forward to hearing this. Gotta love that. Jesse Coulter. Alright, it didn't fall. Now, what else have I bought? I know a lot of people have been waiting because I'm a huge Jethro Tull fan. I did finally get around and bought the new one, Rock Flute, if that's how you pronounce it. And I went with the deluxe because that's what I had up there for the Zealot Gene, so it's got a match. And this is the 3-disc version, and I have not. You can see it's still in the shrink. I will be opening it and playing it this week, and then after I listen to it at least 5 times, I will do a review. I know I'm late to the game, but what can I tell you? The first to the party doesn't win. It's the guy who listens to it the most and really takes it in. So I'll be getting to Rock Flute, but there it is. I got it from Import CDs when I got the Genesis box. What else did I get on vinyl? I don't know. Let me know. Are you guys listening to Horselips at all? Now, it's a band that I know. I'm a really big U2 fan. And, of course, Horselips was the big Irish band before U2, but they never really made it big in the United States. And I found this. This is a great cover. The Belfast gigs from Horselips, who turned Shakin' All Over. Paid $1 for this vinyl album. And I've had them on the back burner for a while because I've had these 2 albums forever. Like over a year, The Man Who Built America, which I know, that's a great song. I remember hearing this on radio. And then Dance Hall Sweethearts. I've had these 2 albums downstairs forever. And I got to get them up here to start playing them. So I picked this up. So now I got 3 Horselips albums in the hopper. Let me know what you think of them. I know Madfish just put out a gigantic box set like the Wishbone Ash one. And the Caravan one that I have. So, but it's like over $400. So we'll see what we think. Horselips. What else did I get? You know, I never bought this one because I already have 90% of it on a previous Stones release, but the Stones finally got around to releasing an independent version of Live at Copacabana Beach. These Stones archive releases, for me, you know, I get them with a half heart because it's typically the same kind of set list by and large over and over again, and I'm like, eh. And then I play them, and I'm like, yeah, they do sound really good. And then you watch it, and they're like, God damn, they're still great. But then you kind of file it away. So anyway, I'm familiar with this concept. I've had it for years, but it does have a couple extra tracks. So I got that. And then, yeah, I'm becoming a Swiftie. I got my 6th Taylor Swift album in less than a year, Fearless. And I got to tell you something, folks. I'm loving her. Loving her. And I'm loving this album. This may be the best one yet. It started with Midnights, which everybody thought I would hate, and I didn't like it at first, and it grew on me. But this album is a second album, and man, White Horse, Love Story I Knew, Change. This is it's great. Every damn song is great. Such a talent. Fearless from Taylor Swift. I'm a big Dan Fogelberg big Dan Fogelberg fan. I never had this album for some reason. High Country Snows. It was $1. Nothing major there. A band when I was in college that was really big for a couple of years was The Fix. I never had a Fix album, but everybody knows and everybody loves. Stand or Fall, One Thing Leads to Another. What was the other one? Stand or Fall, One Thing, Red Skies. Those are great songs. For whatever reason, Are We Ourselves, I know that one too. So I found this CD for $1. All I'll ever need from them. And then I did not get this at the record show. This is kind of a cool one. I paid $1 for this, and this is Maggie Bell, and this is called Best of Sound and Vision, and this is two things. This is a CD and a DVD live from Montreux, and with Midnight Flyer. This is supposed to be excellent, and I'm a fan of Maggie Bell. I have solo records, so this should be pretty cool. Looking forward to this. What else did I get? 2 more 8-tracks. Wind of Change from Peter Frampton, his first solo record. And speaking of Jefferson Starship, Earth, the one that they did before Freedom of Point Zero. So here's the problem with my 8-tracks. Remember, I got my 8-track player that I had growing up, bought it refurbished, and I bought 3 8-tracks. I bought Charlie Daniels Band, Saddle Tramp, one of my favorites. Yesterday, I'm playing Saddle Tramp. I am dancing around my room having the greatest time, and all of a sudden, the 8-track stops playing, and I pull out the 8-track, and the whole thing was filled with tape. Had to cut the 8-track tape and open my player and pull all of this tape out, and it got jammed in there, and now I don't even know if it plays. Ugh! Very frustrating. You know, I was so excited to get back into 8-tracks. They don't sound that good, and they don't play. What are you going to do? Alright, a couple more things to show you. I'm a really big Moody Blues fan. I actually have every Moody Blues album. Well, I don't think I have 2 of their latest ones, but I have all their classics for sure. And but I never had this box set. Never felt like I needed it because I have all their albums, and I have a bunch of their compilations as well, both single greatest hits and double greatest hits. But Time Travel is a 4 CD set. There is also a 5 CD set which has additional live tracks from Red Rocks, but I have the deluxe of Red Rocks, so I didn't really need that. And so I bought this because at the record show, 4 CDs in mint shape, I got it for $8, so what the hell. Another box set, which is going to go on this shelf with all these thin line box sets, of $1 million of them. And last but not least, I'm wearing a Garth Brooks shirt, and I'm not even considered a Garth Brooks fan, although I have like all of his albums somehow. I don't listen to him much, but when I listen to him, I'm like, yeah, he's really fun. So check this box set out. This is sealed, and this is called Garth Brooks Legacy, and there's 3 different versions of this box, and the one that I got here is called Original Analog, the numbered series, and what you have is on vinyl. There you go. You got his first 5 albums, right? You got No Fences, The Chase, In Pieces, Fresh Horses, and then a new one called Triple Live. Now, the versions of all the Garth Brooks albums that I have are the remastered ones from the latter day box sets. This is the original analog. So I'm like, well, this could be kind of cool because it's the original versions, plus this Triple Live, which is brand spanking new. But here's the kicker. This monster box set not only has it on vinyl, you know, each of the original vinyl albums are in here, you know, on the thick vinyl, but it also has the on CD. Again, the original analog mastered versions on CD and vinyl in this box. Can you see the price, folks? You can't see the price. I'm going to have to show it to you because you won't believe it. I can't believe it. You can't see it. You know what I paid for this whole box set? All this vinyl, $10. Sealed. I don't know, at the record show. No Fences, The Chase, In Pieces, Fresh Horses, Triple Live, all on vinyl and on CD. Original analog. Oh, there it is. You can see it right there. $10. So I had to get it. There you go, folks. There's my latest haul. I got a couple of CD singles that I already had. This Rolling Stones Rockin' a Hard Place, some Steel Wheels. I already have this, but I got it again. And this is a little sneak preview because I'm going to be doing a video on my ongoing series of time capsule. I'm going to show you one of the coolest Rolling Stones box sets you've ever seen. But that's for the next video. So there's a little appetite for you to whet your appetite. I hope you enjoyed this, enjoyed the haul. Let me know what you think. You guys listen to Horse Slips at all? Let me know. I'm going to start digging into them. I got to get into the Toll Box to do a review of that. I'm going to check out that David Werner that everybody's been telling me to check out. And a lot of other stuff as well. So thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Hope you're healthy and wealthy and feeling good and stay safe. And keep tuning in. I'll try to do another video later this week on the time capsule that I'm going to continue. I'll see you next time on the Alan Rosenberg Show.